last year I did a newborn shoot that went viral. It was a Friends.
Oh,
did you see that?
I don't know if I've seen it.
Not everyone has, but it's
For sure, but having your photography go viral is amazing.
Saying that I went viral is something super cool to say, but it's not that it got me noticed in Colorado Springs.
Yeah, in Colorado Springs, yeah.
In the world, I want to make sure that my clients know exactly what to expect before they get there, and I've kind of alleviated those stresses ahead of time. So it makes for super fun photos that are virtually stress-free.
Yeah.
So I hit the ground trying to get a lot of clients, and I would do a lot of stuff for free, a lot of stuff for super cheap, just to get the word out there. And then once I realized that I was actually good at it, I was like, oh, maybe I should charge something. So
before we get started with the show, I'd like to thank our sponsors.
One of our sponsors is Recon Marketing. Recon is the fastest growing social media marketing agency in Colorado. Recon focuses on becoming an extension of your business while providing social media management, review management, and digital marketing. Recon Marketing, putting you on the radar. Our next sponsor is Atmos Planning. Atmos Planning is changing the way business owners and real estate investors are served by the financial industry. Their website is atmosplanning.com, ATMOS planning.com. Our next sponsor is Planet Duct. Planet Duct offers astronomical air duct cleaning with the most powerful vacuum trucks in Colorado. They have taken air duct cleaning to a new intergalactic level that is far more powerful and proactive than anything on the market in El Paso County and southern Colorado. Sheath Underwear. Sheath Underwear has a pouch for the boys. It is everyday underwear for every man. 100% money back on the first pair if you don't like it. Visit sheathunderwear.com and enter the code COSBP20 to get 20% off your order. That stands for Colorado Springs Business Podcast. That's our specific code.
Welcome back to the COS Business Podcast, the #1 podcast in Colorado Springs. My name is Andrew Hasley, and I am the host of the show. Today, I'm sitting here with Mandy Penn with Mandy Penn Photography. Do you do photography?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah, nice. And so you run this photography business. How long have you been doing that?
So full-time, 3 years. I
nice.
picked up a camera about 4 years ago, so it's actually pretty new, but I thrive on learning and getting better every shoot. So I've grown exponentially in 3 years. It's been crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I would agree. I would agree with that for myself as well. I picked up a camera more than 4 years ago, but I didn't really consistently pick it up until 4 years ago. Like, it became something that I just love. I do video stuff, and I've recently just started offering photography as a service, actually, and I'm like in the works of closing my biggest photography deal. And so I was like, it was just unexpectedly, like I just the things aligned. This person had wanted to work with me for a while, but he just wanted to have he just didn't have the right excuse to work with me. And then he seen that I was doing some headshots a couple weeks ago, and he was like, hey, reached out,
Oh,
so
that works great. Yeah, I don't do any video, and I do not have like mad props to you for doing video, because if someone asked me to do video, I'd be like, no, you can go to Andrew.
Okay, sweet.
There you go. Because I'm all about capturing the moment and those photos on a wall.
For sure. And like definitely two different things, but very similar as well. Like if you can do photography, you can do video.
I know. I've had numerous people tell me that, and I'm like, I'm going to stay in this lane for now.
Do you do a lot of editing or anything?
I do, yeah.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, so I hand edit everything. I don't put a preset on it. But for the most part, what I get in camera is really great. I show the back of my camera to my clients all the time, because it's a boost of, I know what I'm doing. You're obviously doing great with this session. Like, this is what I'm getting. I also love feedback from families. Lots of people love more candid. Lots of people love more posed. And I try to combine them by doing posed and then creating the candid moments for them.
Nice.
If that makes sense. So, yeah.
Do you know there's this guy, what's his name? He's got a lot of YouTube videos. Peter Hurley.
Yes.
Yes, he's pretty amazing with his photography. His energy is wild. Like when he's actually doing the photography. Do you do that kind of energy?
I've seen a few of his things. I'm not super familiar. I've heard the name. But I am extremely, I have twin 8-year-olds. And I used to nanny, and I love
twin
kids.
8-year-olds.
Twin 8-year-olds. Yes. So a boy and a girl who are 8 years old. Yeah.
Is that fun?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
is that a handful?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. At least I didn't have triplets, because I at least had like 2 arms to hold them.
Yes,
if you have a third one, what do you do with the third one?
You tuck them in between your armpit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just weird. So I was happy. So we just have the 2. But I love kids, and I love kids at all different ages for for certain, for different reasons, obviously. And so I love working with families, and I like making fun of myself and getting to know the kids, because as a photographer, everyone and their mom is a photographer these days. If you have an iPhone, you can take a picture and you can call yourself a photographer. Yeah. But a true photographer, I believe, is someone who can create a picture that can't be reproduced by fake smiling. So like those candid moments, those smiles that actually mean something, not the ones where you look at a picture and you're like, yeah, this is great. Like the Chandler smile, like Friends. I'm a huge Friends fan. Okay. For those who don't know, I love Friends.
Nice.
The TV show. So, but I like to create those moments and the genuine smiles as opposed to the forced ones. So
yeah, and that's a lot what Peter Hurley focuses on too. Like he does have the fancy lights and he does have like a good studio, but more importantly than anything, he emphasizes pulling he emphasizes the photographer's job is to pull out those moments that like a lot of people get uncomfortable on camera, and it just seems you can see that through the photo when it's taken. Yeah,
and it's interesting to see photos of, especially moms. As moms, we are really self-conscious about ourselves and pictures and everything, every aspect. What you're down to what you're wearing at the session. But if you go into a session knowing, oh my gosh, Tommy threw up in the back and my husband hates this and blah, blah, blah. Like you're going to look at those photos and you're going to think, oh yeah, we got in a fight about that day. And I step in to take all that stress or most of that stress away by going through, how to style for a session, to location, to these are the photos I'm going to get, to, I don't do really a time restraint, which is really nice because lots of people are like, mini sessions, and I don't do mini sessions because it's not the way my business is.
What's a mini session?
A mini session, most people think of a mini session as a show up, take a few pictures, you get everything. Okay. Super quick, super cheap. And
like the corporate headshots.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like get in, get out. Here's your photos. Okay, enjoy your day. And I don't like that because for my business, because I like to know my clients and I like to get to know them and I like to know what makes them smile, a fake from a real smile. And you can't get that in 15 minutes. And so when I tell parents that, I don't really time my sessions, it's anywhere from an hour to 2 hours, people are shocked. And they're like, oh, well, what if this happens? And I was like, well, then we allow for that for time. Like, I don't do more than one session in a day because of that. I want to make sure that, my clients know exactly what to expect before they get there. And, I've kind of alleviated those stresses ahead of time. So it makes for super fun photos that are virtually stress-free.
Yeah. So who's your typical clients? You see families?
Yeah, I do families, newborns, which also do maternity, but right now I'm doing a lot of high school seniors.
Okay.
Who are so much fun. I love seniors because I am very extravagant and very creative. I didn't realize I was that creative until last year I did a newborn shoot that went viral. It was a Friends.
Oh,
did you see that?
I don't know if I've seen it.
Not everyone has, but it's
for sure. But having your photography go viral is amazing.
It is. It's short lived. So
yeah, for sure.
Saying that I went viral is something super cool to say, but it's not that it got me noticed. In Colorado Springs.
Yeah, in Colorado Springs,
in the world,
and it's just one step. It's what you do after that really helps things. If you do want to grow yourself as a renowned photographer, that's one step in the right direction.
Right. Yeah. And so it was super cool. It was super fun to see. But I'm known for being creative and doing things outside the box. And so what seniors are really fun for is like, I had a senior last year, he would walk around the house and eat a bowl of cereal. And so we incorporated that into his sessions. Nice. And we went downtown and he had, actually right out here, and he had this big bowl of Reese's Puffs and I legit took pictures of him eating them. And they're some of the funniest pictures.
That's awesome.
And we incorporated that into a session. So I'm all about,
What was the one that went viral?
It was a Friends TV show.
Friends. I thought you were saying Friends, like it was one of your friends.
No, so Friends, the TV show. I took 6 newborns and I put them on a couch.
Oh, that's great.
That was made by Sincerely Danielle Shunk. And it went crazy, went viral because they were all wrapped up in these little things. And Ross had like the leather the leather wrap and
that,
all that stuff is fun.
That's something you're passionate about too. Like you love Friends, so it's like to have that go viral probably felt amazing.
Yeah, like it would have been different if it was like just a family session or something. But the fact that it was Friends, it was like my
it wouldn't have gone viral if it was just a family session.
Exactly. So yeah, it was fun.
That's cool. So we're gonna roll the intro music, and then we're gonna dive more into to how your business has been and everything.
Cool.
This is a show where we have real conversations with entrepreneurs and business owners who are mostly in Colorado Springs doing things in the community of Colorado Springs.
Let's talk business. That's our catchphrase.
I love it.
Yeah, I do too. I thought it was so creative when I thought of it. But yeah, so I'm going to take a drink of coffee real quick.
Okay.
Yeah. I meant to take it during the break, but...
That's okay.
All right. So you've been doing this business for about 3 years. How was it like when you were first starting? What was that first month like?
I don't even remember. It seems like ages ago. But really, the first month was just, it was just never-ending photo shoots because I wanted to get my name out there. I wanted people to know who I was, so I was doing stuff for super cheap. I didn't realize what I had to offer, so I was like cutting my prices, and I was like, who can I get in? How many pictures can I take?
You hit the ground having a lot of clients?
No, I hit the ground trying to get a lot of clients. And I would do a lot of stuff for free, a lot of stuff for super cheap just to get the word out there. And then once I realized that I was actually good at it, I was like, oh, maybe I should charge something. So,
did you do a Google search? What should I charge? I've done that.
Yes, I have a few times actually. And it's so interesting because it really depends on what you offer and what you...
It really does. What it gives you is anywhere from 25 to 10,000. That's what it tells you.
It really does, yeah. It's like you should be charging this. It depends on your area. It depends on your expertise. It depends on...
Your name. Peter Hurley probably could charge a lot.
And so it really is up to the specific person and who your ideal client is and what they want. If you want, a photographer that just does digitals, I'm definitely not a good choice.
Oh, you do prints as well?
Yeah. So
that's part of your service?
I do mainly prints and albums because I want to get those photos on the wall. I can't tell you how many clients I have come to me and be like, oh yeah, our wedding photos are still on a USB. And even as a photographer who prints my clients' photos, I have so many USBs with so many pictures that I have no idea what's on them. And I have to go through and I'm like, oh yeah, that. But like if you have this staple piece in your room or in your living room that you see, you're like, oh yeah, that was a great shoot. And that's what I like to capture for clients. So it's not just like here's 300 images, have fun. I spent lots of time editing them, and then they only, pick a few to actually post.
I'll always, not always, but lately what I've known when I've done some photo shoots is, I take a lot of photos. Like if it's like a event or something like that, taking a lot of photos, and probably even if it was a family shoot too, probably taking a lot of photos. Maybe not like 1,000 like I probably would at an event,
right.
But but I still boil those down to like the top 200, and then I boil that down to the top 50, and then I wait to edit those. Yeah. Because if you're editing all those photos, you're wasting a lot of time. And especially when you're doing an event, you're taking a lot of photos that are like, you're just trying to capture as much as you can because you only get like so much time. So it's like you're taking a lot of photos that aren't good at the same point. So do you do any events or you do?
I do the occasional wedding. Okay. I'm really picky about my bride and my groom, so I have to get them ahead of time, and I'm really picky about weddings.
We just celebrated a bachelor party last night, actually.
Oh, nice. Awesome.
For Nikki J.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. Yeah, I like weddings, and initially when I started this photography business, I thought that weddings would be my go-to. I was like, I love weddings. I've been in so many of them. I know them in and out. Like, I love them, but they're so stressful, and I find so much more creativity and like excitement from families and newborns and high school seniors. So
I think it's good when you can really niche down too, and so that's what people will know to go to you for. It's like I would not want to do family or baby photos. That's just not me. Right. Yeah. And so it's like it's cool, and that's good for good for business too, because now we can like send each other clients possibly.
Right. Yeah, it makes it easy because then it's not like, oh, well, I do everything, so come to me for everything. If I have a few things that I like to do, and I'll do the occasional headshot and some branding, but it's for only certain clients. But if someone's messaging me about headshots, I will send them to other people, because it's a quick few $100s, but it's also not that something that really like gets me excited about photography. So, and
as you grow your business too, that's something you got to learn to do is to cut out things that just aren't in alignment with what you do, like that way you can have more time for things that are in alignment with what you do.
Right.
And like that's huge, because when I first started, I was taking on any job for the most part I could get. And, I've kind of technically have just first started offering photography as a service. Like, that's something new for me. I didn't realize that I could offer it as a service. And not that I didn't realize, I just wanted to brand and be the video guy. That's kind of what I was doing. And I think that was smart, and I think that is smart. But I also, Vehement Visuals, the mission for it has kind of changed. It's more of the new slogan is simplifying the creative side of business.
Right.
Which includes, the creative side stands for, photography, video, graphic design, whatever creative needs a business might need. Maybe even like creative marketing. Maybe someone just, because marketing is very creative. A lot of people don't think about it like that, but it's like you have to be pretty creative to be a marketer, to think of things. It could also be cut and dry too, but you still have to keep with the times. You have to be creative. You have to be innovative to be at a Steve Jobs or,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's crazy. You have to come up with new ideas all the time and what to incorporate and how you want your brand to sell and what you want to sell. It's there's so much that goes into it.
And as a small business owner, you probably do a lot of your own marketing as well.
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, I do.
That's something a lot of small businesses, you got to do. You got to do everything at first, So it's like, you definitely, there's the phrase that gets thrown around a lot, work on your business instead of in your business. But I think it's important to really grind and work in your business first and to not try to skip that step.
Yeah, it's a step you don't want to skip because that is your business, I mean, I could hire someone to do all this stuff, but if I don't know how to do it first, then how am I supposed to teach someone how to do it?
For sure, yeah.
So,
and like you can definitely hit the ground running with a whole like team and everything, but you kind of have to have a budget for that. And a lot of small businesses starting out have very small budgets.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah, so it's like that's definitely smart. But if you've never done that before, you're not going to know how to do that.
Right.
So it's like, once you're able to work on your business, maybe your next business you can jump into it like working on it, So it's like, yeah. These are just some thoughts that I've been having lately.
Yeah. I'm like, no, not next business. One business. That's it. I'm just kidding.
I'm always thinking about the next one. So
that's my husband. Yeah, he's like, what other things can we do?
What does your husband do?
He's a real estate agent in town.
Oh, okay, nice. You like giving him a shout out? Unless you don't want to.
I guess. Hey, Caleb. Love you. Anyways, it's Caleb Penn. He's a real estate. He's a co-broker for Venterra Real Estate. They're a newer company. Been around about 4 years. So he started doing real estate when I started doing photography.
Well, sweet. So, this isn't his episode. This is your episode.
Exactly.
So
thank you.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So starting out, you're trying a lot of things. You kind of figured out how to niche down. And what were some maybe other challenges that you faced starting your business?
Everyone has an opinion about how you should do your business.
That is so true.
Especially other photographers. Why do you charge that? Why don't you do this? You should do this.
Comparison is the devil.
Oh my gosh, it's horrible. And I'm still trying to teach myself not to compare because there are photographers that charge 3 times what I charge. There are photographers that charge 3 times less than I charge.
Yeah, and that's how I feel,
Yeah, but really, you can't focus on those people. I'm telling you
their story,
but I need to tell myself this because where someone is in their story is a completely different place.
It is,
Someone is not in the same mindset, the same family situation as me, and so I have to remember that when I look at other people's prices and other people's prices and work, because it's just so different. And you know, like what someone like you're great at video, but I'm not great at video. But I shouldn't sit here and be like, oh, well, Andrew's way better at me than video, and so I'm a horrible person. But what I should really be saying is he's great at video, and so if I need video, I'll go to Andrew. And I am good at what I do. So it's so hard, that comparison.
It is.
Comparing yourself is just, I've been a bad comparison.
Yeah, well, I have a recent story about that, actually, that I just went through yesterday, noticing 2 days ago, I was like just exhausted because I worked hard the day before, and you know, with my current like health situation, I was just exhausted and I needed to get a bunch of things done, but I literally couldn't. I was like, I even slept in the middle of the day because I needed to get that rest, and I was just like feeling depressed, like I'm not making any progress. Like all this, you know, it's like, you know, it's like just feeling bummed about where I was. And then yesterday I looked at my numbers. I've just had my head down for like the last 6-8 months, and I've actually made double than I made last year.
That's awesome.
So, and I've honestly actually made more money than I've ever made at any job I've had.
Wow.
This in the last 9 months, and I still have 3 more months to go.
Right.
So,
that's awesome.
So it's like, you know, it's like it really exhilarated me, and it's like, man, it's funny how we can get in our heads and just be like, you're not moving fast enough or making progress, or this guy over here, you know, he's selling one video for $20,000. Like, how the hell did he do that? Like, you know, it's like, you know, like I know how he did that. You know, it's not my story though. It's not where I'm at, and you know. So it's like, I could read how he did that too. It's probably good.
Yeah, you could. You could get his tips and tricks, but he might not want to do that, you know, and that's okay.
Well, I want to give tips and tricks.
Right, obviously.
But yeah, so it's like, it's not where I'm at right now. I could see myself in 2 or 3 years working with big corporations that are that pay that amount. Maybe I've earned that ability to charge something like that, you know. Like corporations, they need something that they can rely on, you know. So it's like, and it's also the connections you make, you know. So it's that's a huge part of it as well. So it's like, I forget where I was going with that, but yeah.
I know, that's how I am. I'm like, oh, I have this train of thought. Oh, here's one squirrel, here's another.
Exactly.
All over the place. So.
Yeah. Marcia just likes squirrels too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Marcia's been in the background for like the last few episodes. She's just been kicking in the office. So.
Yeah, she's just hanging out. She's good.
She's a good girl.
Good over there.
Yeah. So where do you want to go with your business? What is your big visions for it? Or if you've got big visions?
I do, yeah. Right now I have my studio in my home, which is great because there's not as much overhead, and it's tax deductible. But I will have, speaking positively, I will have a studio. With a storefront, and I will leave my house to do my job instead of go down in the basement and see all the piles of laundry in my laundry room that need to be done. Yeah. But that's actually a 1-year goal. Yeah. And I'm anticipating that, yeah.
Talking about comparison, like literally, I remember when I didn't have this studio space, and it's like I sometimes take for granted that I have an actual like office and studio space.
Yeah, it's nice to leave, you know, your house is your house, and you have all these things at the home, and especially being a mom of 8-year-olds who can do a lot but don't do a lot. I mean, not bad, but you know, I have to be everything for everyone, and so separating the business from home is really hard for me. So I'm really excited to, you know, move the studio to an actual brick and mortar place. Ultimately, I want like a little cottage house with like a super cute backyard that I could do.
Like in Manitou or something?
Yeah, or, well, I mean, I'd love downtown.
Okay,
like down here. Or by, you know, I was going to say St. Francis, but like Penrose, Maine, you know, somewhere.
I just see a lot of those little house businesses on Manitou.
Yeah,
there's a lot of those.
Yeah.
There's the Heart of Gold tattoo. They're out of a house. You know. It's
yes, I love that. Yeah. I love that feel. But it would be my studio, not my house. So
exactly. Yeah. They do. That's their studio. They do their tattoos there. So.
That's cool.
Yeah, we got to get them on though. I don't think we've had a tattoo artist, or not a tattoo artist, but a tattoo owner. You know. Like a business owner. That would be cool. I actually, like when I was younger, I wanted to be a tattoo artist, and because I was like really good at drawing and stuff like that, and that was like I just thought it was cool to like when the teacher asked like, what do you want to be when you grow up, and just say tattoo artist just to be snarky or something.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to be a tattoo artist. It's like, cause it's like, that's not a typical job that a teacher probably would want you to get.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty lucrative though.
Yeah, it can be. Yes. Yeah. Very, very lucrative. Yeah. But I also wanted it to have a auto body shop next to the tattoo, like built into the same thing, so that when you're waiting for your car to get worked on, you can get a tattoo. Right. And I don't even work on cars or like it, but that would be the business that I worked on, not in.
Right. Yeah. 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 You'd have someone else running that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I just thought that would be a cool like partnership kind of thing going on. I was 14 wanting to do that.
Right. Obviously. Yes.
So the entrepreneur stuff has definitely been like something I've loved, ingrained in me.
Yeah. That's awesome.
And so yeah. Cool. So. Speaking of business, so how do you manage the things you don't like doing?
That's a hard one.
Yeah.
Because I try to delegate. Mm-hmm. I should not say try. Dr. G would be so mad at me if I said that word. So I am getting better at delegating.
Okay.
Because there's so much that goes into a business that you have to delegate certain things. Mm-hmm. I don't delegate my editing because that's how I make my images the way I want them to and the way my clients like them.
For sure. But I think that's actually something I agree on, but I also believe that I'm wrong about that. I think it's something that we hold on to because we think we're the only ones that can do it right. And I think I want to outsource the editing, but I just... I struggle with that.
Yeah. See, what's nice about the way I do my business, besides weddings, you can outsource. I know lots of photographers who do weddings that outsource, but for me, I'm editing 10 to 20 photos for a session, and I'm hand editing those. So it's not just like put a preset on, here's your images, have fun. Yeah. Like if there are blemishes, I clean those up, I smooth out skin, I diminish wrinkles, I can do all that stuff. Also, some poses are better for other people. And so we go through those and I walk my clients through the process. So I like to have full reign of that. And it's not that I don't want to give it up, it's that I enjoy it.
Yes.
So, but the other stuff that I don't enjoy, like SEO, I hired someone to do my SEO.
Nice.
Yes, it's a little bit of money, but it's worth me not having the headache. Yeah. And I can focus more on my clients that way.
For sure.
So, I really think that outsourcing things that you do not enjoy is the way to go.
Yeah, and like the thing about me is I have ADHD.
Yeah.
And there's something I've learned a lot about that recently, and I love editing, but only when it's like my personal projects. Okay. And I do love it, like doing for clients. Like it's something that I do like doing, but it's not something that I love doing. It's not something that I'm like passionate about. I got into video for my own personal projects and my own personal, like wanting to grow a YouTube channel and all that stuff. And like, that's why I got into YouTube. And like people with ADHD, it's very easy to become hyper focused on things you love, and it's very hard to get to work on the things that you don't.
That's how I find. So I have ADHD too, and so if I don't take my medicine in the day, I'm like all over the place.
See, I'm not medicated.
Done. Oh, okay,
and I'm actually recently wanting, and I didn't like the way it made me feel, and like I haven't had it since I was like 22, and I'm 29 now, and
awesome.
I've just convinced myself that it wasn't real. I could do things without it, but and you can do things without it,
right?
But it comes with a lot of struggle,
right?
And so I'm recently going to go and probably see a psychiatrist and get back on the medication, because it comes with a lot of struggle trying to run a business, being anemic.
Yeah, that's not fun. No. That's not good. Yeah. So I find that I get a lot more done when I have a list, and when I take my medicine, and when I'm, in the right mindset. Obviously,
I always have lists.
Huge.
I love lists.
Oh my gosh, it's ridiculous.
I'm a list.
I'm like, guy. I could like laminate all my lists and put them up on the wall.
Yeah.
And be like, check.
I would probably
and I would be so happy.
I would probably dry erase paint all my walls and just write on the walls.
Oh, that's a good idea, actually.
Yeah.
Project.
Yeah. Amazon probably has a bucket of dry erase paint.
We will share the gallon, and we will do that. Nice. That's awesome. I love it.
That sounds cool. Yeah. So we'll start closing this out. Is there anything you'd like to promote, let people know about before we do?
Yeah. So I, in November, I've been doing it since I started photography, but I'm doing my Santa experience. It is so much fun, and it's not just like go to the mall, stand in line, sit on Santa's lap. It's like a 30-minute experience. You
okay.
get, I have a hot chocolate bar, and it's going to be out in Peyton.
Nice.
The experience is $300. But if you mention this, you get an extra image with your session. But it's really great because the kids have their own time with Santa. There's going to be a hayride. There's going to be a petting zoo.
Yeah. A lot of things to keep them very candid and capture that authentic realness that you love to capture.
Yes, it's awesome. And Santa's phenomenal. He's the real one, just so you know. Santa.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
I get the real one, obviously.
Okay.
But he's amazing.
The same one on the North Pole?
No.
Okay.
The
real one.
Yeah, the real one. The real Santa. No, so, but we've worked together, and he's phenomenal. But I'm super excited about it, and those spots will fill up pretty fast. But that's my next big event.
That's awesome.
So,
and when is that?
It's the weekend, November, I believe it's the 13th, 14th.
And so there's 30-minute sessions, so it's limited, is what it is.
Yep.
Okay.
They're limited sessions, but they're exclusive sessions. So it's just those people, and then I also incorporate family photos in that as well with the set background.
And then they can send it as greetings, holiday greetings card.
Yep, and I offer thank you cards. I offer Christmas cards with my packages and all that stuff. So they can just go
Christmas
on the website.
cards, that's what they call them. Holiday
greeting cards, not thank you cards. Yeah, those. But it makes for a really fun, you only have this time where kids believe in Santa for a short amount of time. My kids are 8, and Declan came home the other day and was like, "Mom, is the tooth fairy real?
Oh, gosh.
Are you the tooth fairy?" And I was like, "What do you believe?
Yeah.
Let me turn it around so that I don't have to lie to you."
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm waiting for that magic. I'm not waiting. I don't want it to go away, but that magic of Santa and giving and love and family is something that I truly enjoy. So that's
awesome.
My big thing for this year.
Wow.
So.
And that's cool because it seems like you like to align yourself with things that you love when it comes to your photography.
Yep.
So I think that probably adds a little bit, makes it a little more special for your clients as well too.
Yeah, I like to think so.
Yeah. All right. Well, sweet. Well, this has been a great time. Thank you for coming on the show, and we'll see you guys on the next one.